Hello.
Hey.
Did you see that thing on Facebook? You hear that often in communication between people throughout society. Social media outlets like Facebook and Twitter are accessed on a daily basis by most people that own a cell phone or a computer. People are constantly watching TV, browsing the internet, or on their cell phone. There can be misinformation present in these outlets, and if it's not incredible, it can cause harm to society. First, I'll tell you about how social media is addictive. Second, I'll tell you about how social media can transform relationships offline. And finally, I'll talk about how the presence of credible and non-credible information on the web. With the internet being so readily available, accessing social media is like the flip of a light switch, and it's there. Social media is addictive. Think about how much you watch TV sometimes. You get on Facebook or Twitter and you see something funny or interesting, and one thing leads to another, and you're on there for hours. According to Gail's article in 2015 titled, "Are Social Networking Sites Harmful?" it states that internet and social media addiction can be a serious problem. The need to continually play games, use a smartphone, or use social media can lead to sleep deprivation. The addiction is real for some. People are always wrapped up in the technology that is present nowadays. They're texting, tweeting, and Facebooking. According to Gail's article in 2015, titled, "Are Social Networking Sites Harmful?" the technology itself lures us into using it, sometimes for extreme lengths of time. Even when people are not online, they might often be thinking about being online. Sometimes people will stay up all night rummaging through articles and stories. Some of these can be misleading and can be disguised as accurate information, but in fact be satire or false information. False information can lead to people believing the wrong thing and can ruin relationships. Facebook and Twitter can potentially transform relationships offline. Through these outlets of social media, information is constantly passed from one person to another and is readily available 24/7. According to Gail's article in 2013, "What is the impact of Twitter?" it says friends and family may use Twitter to update each other more quickly and efficiently, creating more connectedness and affecting how people prefer to spend time with media. When something is put out there on the internet, especially through Facebook or Twitter, people have immediate access to it. Society is using these communication platforms as much, if not more, than face-to-face contact. In Gail's article written in 2013, "What is the impact of Twitter?" it states that Twitterers don't use face-to-face contact. They rely on short messages to each other or to a wider audience. People are therefore focusing on what the person has to say rather than focusing on their appearance, their body movements, or listening to their speech. So whatever is written and said online can dramatically alter a relationship with someone if the information is relayed inaccurately. Utilizing these communication methods and with the presence of mixed credible and non-credible information, groups of people can be influenced depending on what kind of message they are getting. With the mass communication the way it is today, a lot of it can be skewed with non-credible information. We have the ability to relay information immediately to anyone, sometimes without verifying the information first. This is the problem with social media. Misinformation can cause hate and cause violence in communities throughout the United States. Misinformation leads to misunderstanding. A recent example of that would be the confrontation that happened between the Jets starting quarterback, as of recently, and a linebacker in the locker room at training camp. Reporters ran to Twitter as soon as they could without verifying the information. An unconfirmed report was posted to Twitter regarding the quarterback being sucker punched by the backup linebacker. ESPN sees the tweet posted, reports the tweet on TV, and continues to talk about it for the rest of the day, building animosity towards this linebacker and possible close friends of the two involved, altering their perception based on non-credible information. Then another report was issued thereafter stating that they cut the linebacker and The other tweet said that the quarterback was not sucker punched and that the quarterback, Geno Smith, got into the linebacker's face, waving his finger, and then was punched. This is an example of how social media can cause problems based on non-credible information. First, I told you about how social media can be addictive. Then I told you how it can transform relationships offline. Finally, I told you about how the internet is full of credible and non-credible information. Social media channels like Facebook and Twitter are information sources with many people accessing them daily for information. This information should be monitored and verified better. We need nonprofit companies working with these outlets, verifying the information transmitted through social media channels. After all, forming an opinion based on factual information is part of the human experience.
Thank you.